And welcome back to the Country Telegraph. While Australia has woken up to the follies of policies past, it's timely indeed to discuss an important project. That's a BioNQ project. Is a North Queensland-based initiative aimed at converting sugarcane into biofuels, specifically sustainable aviation fuel, renewable diesel and green methanol. Developed by Energy Estate in partnership with Queensland Cane Agriculture and Renewables, otherwise known as QCAR, it aims to leverage local agricultural resources to enhance Australia's fuel security and support the transition to lower carbon fuels. Panikos Spyrou is currently a senior executive and Russell Hall is chairman of QCAR. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me.
Good afternoon.
And a very good afternoon. Don't you love Thursdays that feel like a Friday?
It is a Friday. It's Easter.
It's Easter, that's right. And I hope the Easter Bunny can afford the fuel to get to you, by the way. Just before we get into a discussion, how is the situation at the moment up in North Queensland?
Yeah, very concerning at the present time, Mike. Most of us have got enough fuel to plant cane over the next month, but we are very concerned of the upcoming crushing, which starts around early June and goes through. And like the Burdekin alone will probably use up to 30 to 40 million litres of diesel. So we are very concerned at present.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it? Can you just introduce us to QCAR, its origins and the ownership and its primary mission? Because I think you're doing a great job too. And you're also living in God's country. I have to say, further north you go in Queensland, the better it gets until you hit the water. It's not very nice at all. So tell us about the company itself, QCAR.
QCAR has sort of long sort of roots about it. It was started off as Pioneer Cane Growers Organisation, which then became Burdekin Cane Ag Organisation. Then we brought in dual membership from the Invicta AgForce group, and that formulated QCAR, so Queensland Cane Agriculture Renewables. And for that reason, Mike, we brought in the renewable part because we knew that current income streams of just crystal wouldn't be enough for our farmers down the track, and the renewable space, which we've talked about for over 10 years now, something finally had to happen to give our growers some more revenue streams to future guard our generations to come.
The BioNQ project, tell us about that.
I had my original meeting with Mark probably getting close to 2 years ago, initial meeting down in Melbourne, and it's gone from there. And we liked the idea that we could turn not only our feedstock, we burn a lot of that up every year, and when we could turn that into biodiesel. So we started this journey probably a good 18, 20 months ago. I'm not realising now with the fuel and power crisis that we've got at first hand that this has sort of come at a very good time.
Yeah, and at the moment the world's screaming out for another alternative, take away the windmills and these solar farms. And this seems to be perfect, but how far away are we from fully fledged production, or any sort of production for that matter?
Panikos?
I think we're looking at it's a 3-year project, effectively, from the time in which construction finally starts, actually, Mike.
Well, that's not very far at all. But at the moment, we are in short supply of anything that makes the vehicle move forward or backwards. And we really do need these products. Do you see this as an answer for Australia? Because, take away all the renewables. We actually, when I say renewables, I mean the windmills and the solar farms and the EVs. We do need trucks. We need lots of trucks, and I really haven't seen a whole lot of alternatives to diesel and the trucks and the tractors that use it. So this then would replace it. Am I right? This would then replace what we have at the moment, and it would probably ensure us that we have that fuel security.
Well, it's certainly a start, Mark. Ultimately, this project will produce 160,000 tonnes of jet fuel, effectively, or sustainable aviation fuel, and 15,000 litres of biodiesel, and also raw methanol. Now, ultimately, these numbers aren't going to meet the national requirements by no means. Ultimately, for us, it meets our circular bioeconomy objectives that we have as a vision. And this man next to me, Russell Hall, had this vision some 5 years ago. And ultimately, it's designed for us, and why it's so attractive to us as growers is ultimately we need an alternative revenue stream from our sugarcane. So I'll shift the focus, if I may, Mike, to ultimately that, in that, yes, it will assist in meeting some demand with regards to immediate fuel requirements. However, this project was not initially designed for meeting that, given this current crisis that we have as a result of the Middle East war. It's about adding new revenue streams to sugarcane and other crops as well for green energy solutions.
Tell me about your partners. For example, Energy Estate. Tell us about them and what they're offering at the moment.
Well, ultimately, they've come to us with a number of solutions. Ultimately, they've come with a fresh, new outlook on how we engage with our partners. Firstly, they want to be in partnership with our growers. Our underlying suppliers are to be part owners of the project and have a sense of ownership, and therefore feel great comfort in supplying such a mill that's going to be producing such material. Now, so ultimately a factory. Now, this factory is going to be not too far away, but ultimately, as the focus is as joint partners.
And what about the Queensland government? How are they involved?
Not involved yet, Mike.
Really?
The perk sort of came out on the 31st. We've gone through that in detail. Even though it's great to see a government finally looking at the sugar industry as an alternative answer, we applaud the state government for doing that. I don't think it's gone far enough to give us mandates on a floor price or basically the usage of it. So that's probably where QCAR will lead that conversation with the state government and start to engage with ministers and DGs on that part.
Yeah, isn't it amazing what a crisis does? It sort of re-establishes the thought process. And it is a crisis at the moment. It's one that's not going to get much better at all. It's going to get worse before it gets better. What about investors? Because I have to say, biofuels are the way to go. It's like having 1,000 oil wells, isn't it? We've got such resources here. We'd be just silly and stupid and ignorant not to pursue this, because it's exactly what we need, though. What about those who want to invest in this? Are you taking investors at the moment, or are you doing it steady as she goes?
Still in the early stages, Mike, of the whole where it's going to land, but the sugar industry for years have been known as not only a great sequester and a carbon positive crop, but it's our lifeblood of the whole east coast of Queensland. And we saw what happened up at Mossman. So I'd actually like to see down the track in the future that our investors are actually local communities, our mill workers, our communities, our business people. This is just not a project for growers and millers. For way too long, we've been caught up with ICE Exchange, New York Exchange price, spot price, and we're basically, as they say, we're price takers. And we're very vulnerable. I'm hoping that this equity control across the whole community safeguards us.
I would imagine the local farmers, the sugarcane growers, are almost beside themselves, and I can imagine they'll be ripping out their teeth and putting those into a glass of water, making that wish that the ferry would bring a good news story for them. And I would imagine some of those haven't got many teeth left. What is the attitude? What is I would imagine there's a lot of enthusiasm from the locals, but what about council? Are they getting behind this? Because this is, it's sort of not reinventing the wheel, but what it's doing is instead of having one product and doing something that they've done for many decades, it gives you now another direction to take that is not going to destroy what you're doing. It's going to enhance what you do, but it's going to utilise all your resources. Council, are they right behind it?
Yeah, I can't talk for the local one, but the Townsville City Council is right behind this. They can see Basically, you've got Burdekin and Herbert 100 kilometres either side of Townsville, which is our major regional city up here. Nick is very excited about the prospects of this going ahead, and not only this project, but we've also got the one in Townsville that's just started recently as well. So yeah, there is a lot of optimism. As I said, we've been talking about this for 10 years with nothing, and as I said, I really applaud the current state government for looking into this. And this all happened before the war, Mike, which is the great thing about it. We're just not looking at it because a crisis is upon us. We had the foundations and the legwork happening before the war, which is exciting for us.
Yeah, normally politicians or state government don't get a whole lot of praise, but I think Christopher is he's on the right track here, and a big pat on the back to him. But if he's watching at the moment, don't get too cocky.
No.
there'll be tomorrow to worry about. I've got to thank you both. If somebody wanted to find out more and get involved, or just have a bit of a chin wag with you, how do they do that?
They can call Panikos. I think I'm hoping all our contacts are on our website.
Correct.
So if they want to contact anyone like that, we're also excited. We've got a new general manager starting in a couple of weeks for us, so we're really excited. She'll bring another level of this sort of stuff to us. So yeah, I'm excited, Mike, where it's going to take us.
Panikos Spyrou and Russell Hall, I've got to thank you so much for your time. And this is a good news story, and we do need many of those at the moment. Thank you so much for your time. This is the Country Telegraph.